This is a story about a young, helpless boy who found his way to a welcoming and warm home. Christy, Sunduk's daughter, will share with us about how Coco, the Center for Opportunities, Choices, and Outcomes, came about, and about her youngest brother, Jimin, who was adopted into the family. Sunduk every Sunday arrives at 11 a.m. for church service at Full Gospel New York Church, located in Flushing, Queens. This is where the Center for the Special Need Healing Camp is located. Hayoung is Sunduk's eldest son. He has Down syndrome. He is one of many special needs children in Healing Camp. Within the Korean community, through Healing Camp, the parents of special needs children have been well acquainted with one another. Many parents relate to one another with finding appropriate services for their child. Finding services for Sunduk's eldest son, Hayoung, was very difficult in the United States around early 1980s because language barriers and Koreans are uncomfortable stepping out of their Korean community. This prevents many immigrant parents to receive the services that their child could be receiving. Sunduk has gone through harsh times as a single mother, an immigrant, and special needs child. She has difficult time getting kids as well because she has gone through many miscarriages. Through all the hardships, an opportunity to help other parents in her position came about. She gives privileges to other special needs children that she couldn't give to her eldest son at a younger age. She goes about making this possible by establishing a non-profit organization called COCO. COCO provides essential services for special needs children and their family. The program strives to assist each child in developing independence and social skills by participating in activities such as bowling, park, sports, arts, and crafts, museums, and community events. Christy now explains as to how COCO came about.
There's a lot of services for special needs kids now. There's tons of healthcare, tons of agencies wherever you go. It's not hard to find services that you need. But back in the day when my older brother, was a kid, finding services was pretty difficult. And finding services when you're an immigrant and you don't speak English fluently was even more difficult. Our culture, Koreans generally tend to not want to step out of their comfort zone. If they can't speak to someone in English, they're never going to get that service. So my mom, knowing other mothers who have special needs children, decided to get together to create our own organization here as a nonprofit and to provide services for people in the Korean American community. Of course, we accept people, from other cultures, races. We have no problems with that. But in general, a lot of immigrants here can't get the services because of that. How can you even start when you don't speak English?
Yeah.
They didn't have translators available back then, but they have it now. And that's how COCO came about. So a lot of our children now who are attending have been here for ages. COCO's been around for 12, 13 years now. And, we still have a lot of our original members, and still a lot of our parents are still connected. It keeps it going. We try to help you, even if we don't specifically provide you those services, we can always find translators for you, help you with your appointments, refer you to other places, help you find schools, that sort of thing. It just makes it a lot easier. So our community is really small compared to, the just American community, the Hispanic community. It's just not as readily available for us. It's hard, So this makes it a lot easier for many people to just get what they need for their children. Because our special needs kids aren't different than any other children. And they really, really should be getting exactly what they need, no matter what the circumstances are. So we're pretty much open just to ensure that all special needs kids get all the services that they need, no matter what it is.
Jimin is Christy's youngest brother, who joined the Kim family about 10 years ago. The first time Jimin steps into COCO was about at the age of 5. His guardian grandparents brings him into the organization all the time. His mother was an illegal immigrant in the US, working in Philadelphia. She left Jimin in the care of foster grandparents, whom she pays to watch after him in New York. The grandparents soon realize that they are not receiving any pay, and the mother hasn't been back to look for Jimin either. She was deported out of the country and in Korea. Since there was no pay, the grandparents decided to report this to the government. Jimin then finds several homes that don't work out. One of the homes, he was being mistreated by not being fed, not being bathed, and bruises all over his body due to abuse. Sunduk decides to bring him to her home because she feels uneasy leaving him in many homes. She converses with her daughter about the situation and asks her daughter, Christy, whether it will be okay to welcome a new member to the family.
So he was pretty much getting abused there at his last place. So when he was going to be placed back into the system, he was so much a part of our lives already. We actually took him for most of the weekends to begin with, even when he was with the other family. And my mom pretty much suggested, what do you think about just adopting him? Do you feel okay with him really continuously going through family? It's not going to be taken care of as well as, we want him to be taken care of. So she asked me if it was okay, and I agreed with her. He's been a part of our Coco family for a while. All of our volunteers know him. He's already been at our house over the weekends for quite some time. So, we okayed it. We got all the paperwork done. And he pretty much came into our family that way. I think he was probably about 7 or 8 at that time when we actually adopted him. So we were just doing foster before, so we legally adopted him. So he's under my mom's care now. Now he's 15 years old now, so it's been a long time since he's been here.